Now, let's come to our project. Let me open the early version. Here we go. Okay, so you can follow along or just watch, and then you can do it on your own. Yes.
Did you say you are recording this one too?
Pardon?
You are recording this one?
Yes, I do. So this time we'll have two video. One is just concept multi-cut and extrude, and the other one, this one will be executed. So let's take a look at on the back first, because the back is an easy one. You will need the back and the side like this. Can you see it's go all the way here? And these one are not all the way. It's just right there. Now, when you do on your own project, if it's not required, you can do all the way. But for today, I'm gonna force you not to do all the way so that you know how to do it. Okay? So all the way up to the side, but not all the way to the front. It's just halfway. I mean, the reason that I mentioned this because a lot of time nobody see those details, but because these are a class project, we wanted to make you do a really high-end modeling. So on the back side, it's gonna end at the corner, not go all the way. And we don't have to worry about the differences between thick and thin here. These are the welding mark when they weld two pieces of metal together. So when you weld by hand or even machine, it depends on the liquid. Or, I mean, if it machine should be nicer than this, I don't know why. I bet this is a machine welding, but I don't know why it's not equal. It's not like uniform. It's just strange looking. Okay, so put it to one. It's a little kind of toward to the middle. You can pick just a little downward, a little bit. Can you see the space? I mean, this is hard to judge because it's perspective. It could be equal top and bottom, but from here it looks like the bottom are wider, are taller, and then the top are taller, the bottom are shorter from here, from this space, the edge. So we're gonna pretend that, let's bring it downward. So if let me fix this part, polygon reset, here we go. So this is how it looked like. So you might think of this, hey, what about I can do multi-cut all the way like this? That's an easy one, right? And then you just extrude and it's all uniform. But the problem with this is here, you create crease on the part that you don't want it to have because the continuity has been interrupted by the segment. So we can't just cut all the way. So we need to make it stop at some way. Now with this model, we wanted to be able to extrude from the edge here, so you will see the edge different. So what I would do though, I would do like this, hide it 3/4 in the area that it's not obvious to see. And then I'm gonna hold shift because I want to snap 10, so 10%. And if you feel like 10% are too much, we can slide them up later, or if you remember, you can change, when you double click on the multi-cut tool, you see the snapping. You can change it to 5. How about let's try change it to 5. So press enter to execute that change, and then middle mouse drag again, hold shift and middle mouse. Now I get only 5%, and I can go all the way here, 5%. Can you see? I think 5% is too narrow. It's going to be hard to see. So let me step back. Step back, press backspace until it's gone, or just backspace, only one step. Let me show you one more time. When you click, you change your mind, you can backspace. It's not an undo, it's step backward on that tool. If you wanted to undo you have to execute it first and then undo, Control Z. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to reset my snapping multi-cut tool so that it changes back to 10. I click reset button here so that you don't have to type it in. So start off with the corner that you wanted to make triangle, hold shift and snap 10%. And then you can go all the way to the back, to the other side, same location. And now, when you do this on the other side, this time I had a problem because I do on perspective view. Can you see? The cut is based on the camera. So I can't do that in this case. If I want to do it, I have to do on the side that my camera are perpendicular to. So let me look on the back. So in this case, I can't cut. I was lucky at the beginning that I can cut and cut straight line. So in this case, you're going to have to do shift and then forward. Here we go. 10%. Now, these 10% are slightly different. That's kind of a, so I'm gonna just have to eyeball it this time, backspace, because, and just look at the line, make the line straight as possible. There we go. And look, I can't cut straight again, so I have to go to the middle. Eyeballing it. Hey guys, if you cut skip line, it doesn't give you a good look. You might have to do, in this case, I can't even skip, so I have to do one by one now. I could do the first one. I mean, you can try, let me backspace again. Let's try 10%, and then if we need to, we can like this, 10, no, see it's a little off. Now if you release your mouse, you can do middle mouse drag. Here we go. So some part I could snap 10, some I can't. This one can, this one can. Oh, okay. So just only on the corner that you may have to eyeballing it. Yeah, actually, that looks better. Nope, that one needs to be eyeballing it. And stop. You might need to zoom in if you can't click. Now you get something like this. So now, when you're done cutting, we're going to select the face from this loop. Can you see? Not the triangle, just only, we're going to select just only right on the edge of the outer surface, not the inside. And I can hold shift, double click on the other side. I select the whole row. So let me reveal the multi-selection again. Multi-selection, you can hold shift to add, right? Control to subtract. There we go. Now you can do a little trick like I can select the face in between the loop by click the one you want it to be at the beginning of the selection and hold shift and double click on the next column. Double click, can you see? You select space in between. If you want to select the face whole loop, you double click on the loop. Oops, sorry. You double click on the next face on the loop. Here we go. Hold shift. To subtract, let me do another set. Oops, sorry. And this is applied to all face and vertex. If the discontinuity happen, you have to select the face and then hold shift, add another one. Now you get it. So here we go. Oops, now I accidentally double click on the edge. So I will have to select, shift double click, here we go. Now, you can do the same with subtraction. You hold control key, click one face, and double click the next face, you deselect the whole loop. So there's a bunch of stuff you can do. These apply to edge too. Here we go. Or just one edge there and select. Also apply to vertex. Let me show you. So if I select that vertices and double click on this, can you see? Select the vertex. Same technique. Okay. So now I'm gonna zoom in a little. I don't want to miss. And when you try to select the face, you may need to switch to 4 while you select to see if you don't select the back side. Switch back to 5. Shift double click. Now extrude it. And I'm gonna just move on Z direction because I want it to go perpendicular to the face normal. Here we go. And now when I deselect, go to object mode. If I turn off wireframe on shade, you see the new surface. Now, you might see, how can I fix that facet? Well, it's another tool. It's called a smooth, soft and hardened edges. Okay, let me save this file. Save as number, I'm gonna put number 9 because today is a new one. Now, let me talk about the concept quick of the, another concept one. Soften edges without increasing topology. Whenever you extrude, you will get a facet. It's always when you extrude it. Okay, so this is what happened. If you look at on my sphere quick, just sphere, okay, this is a concept of it. Right now in this resolution, Maya still need to fake smoothing surface. If you zoom in really close, can you see it's still facet? So if you do 3D printing this sphere, you will get a facet sphere. Let me duplicate. You will get something like this. Let me do this quick. This will be printed if you do 3D printer. This is it. But at this moment, Maya OpenGL are faking the facet to look like smooth so that you can reduce the resolution while you do animation and modeling and video game. So now I could manually create a appeal to be smooth on each threshold of the edge. If I double click the edges that I wanted, and then I go to mask display and then choose soften edges, watch this. Here we go. Can you see? Those 3 rows appear to be soft. So I could do something like this. Let me try. Here we go. And I'm gonna go to soften. So look, same topology, both of them, but different look. So, like for example, if you build a asset of, let's say, source or handle of gun or something like that. Let's say source better. You want the blade of the source to be sharper. You make sure it's hardened edge. The handle, you can just use softened edges. So it will look soft. Okay, so now let's come back on this. Well, you can try to let Maya decide based on the angle of it. So I can select the whole object, and then I go to mask display and soften and harden edges. You can specify anything that below what is it, below 30-degree angle need to be hard. So when I click apply, can you see? Anything that more than 30 degree will be hardened. So that's what I get. So you can increase them. Let me undo. I mean, if you don't remember this, it's fine. Let me do 50. A little high. Up. Click. Here we go. I will get more soft. Those lines are gone because it's more than within 500 will be all smooth. So now you get to some point with this technique, like using a default soften and harden, and then you can come in, like for example, it solve all of these lines. Solve all of these lines. So I'm gonna select those lines and go to match display and harden it. So can you see now it's come back, harden again. That line is soft before, right? So that's things that you might want to do to get started. And this one, if you don't show number 3, it looks good already. See, it looks like 3 already, but we need more. Here we go. So, okay. So now let's come back. 1 again. I should delete history. So edit, delete by type, history. Now it's clean. Shortcut is Shift Alt D. So let's work at how to get this line a little sharper right there. The base line a little sharper. So right now it's still soft. So you have to stop continuity. Now once again, if I stop continuity like this, multi-cut, can you see, go all the way, press 3, I got that continuity, right? Discontinuity, right? But then the problem is, it's go all the way this, and this side get that problem again, the discontinuity. So we can't cut all the way. We need to make decision. So first thing I would do on this is, instead of cut on this base, I would cut right here and see if I can get that effect. I think it's good enough. I don't have to do anything else. Can you see? Unless you feel like, well, it's blending. Can you see? Like that. I don't think we need to worry about that one because it's so small. Can you see? Let me go to a little further. See, it's so small. Nobody can tell unless you force to do it. If you force to do it, this is what you can do. What you can do. You cut like this. Let it stop somewhere there. So you might have to sacrifice this side. That triangle. I'm gonna just do only right here. Okay, I'm getting lazy. Sorry. So now can you see? You get more sharp from the base and stop continuity, but don't do too wide, because if you do too wide, this side will be kind of a pyramid, like a pyramid shape, triangle shape. So be careful about that. In this case, let's pretend these are good enough. I'm gonna just delete face or delete edges. Here we go. These are good enough. So you will do that technique right here. Remember, on the font it's go all the way, but this is stop halfway. So here we go. It stopped halfway. So do I need to do it with you, or you guys should be able to do it on your own? Let you guys do it so that it won't be too boring just following me. Same technique, this section and there. And okay, so now next thing will be this part. I'm gonna just do only one and make you do it, all of them, right here. Can you see that part? So it's actually really detailed when you look at it. It's a little taller and slimmer on there. And now the big one, this one doesn't see clearly. The big one though, let me see. The font, oh, sorry. Oh no, never mind. Just do it same, just a little larger. Okay, in that case, I work on the side because the font a little easier. On the side has a slope. Now I have a little problem on here. If I look at on the side, can you see this one? This section, I forgot to scale it down. It needs to be slightly tapered. So to do that, I need to select, I need to delete this section first, so that's easier. Let me show you what I'm trying to do. So if I select, I'm gonna delete all of these lines. Right now, let me try this. I just want to show it to you. I wanted to taper it down. Here we go. Just a little bit down. Can you see? It tapered down, but it stopped right here. So if you scale it down, what you can do, you can delete this off temporarily. Now, see, it tapered down. So I could do a little more. Let me delete this section too. This is how you fix it. And now I can taper down even more. How about, let's see. That's better. That's exactly what I want. And then now you can multi-cut again. Cut it back. Control. Here we go. So that it's sharp again on that side. Here we go. And I forgot one thing. I forgot to do both sides. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna undo it all the way. If you already done it, you have to mirror, cut, face, mirror, and then merge them back to the other side. So I'm gonna pretend that I'm not done it. So double click on move to symmetry, turn it on, object X. So now it's gonna be symmetrical. So if I select, right click and choose edges, here we go. Can you see? I can delete the face I don't want it to keep first. Here we go. Press 1 and coming in here. Where is it? Oh, right here. Another one. And then I'm gonna select, shift right mouse click, delete edges. Now double click on that edge loop. Here we go. Turn on scale 2, and you cannot scale uniformly on 3 axes. You need to scale only Z and Y. So grab the red plane, which is the X plane, because it's X plane. X plane has a Y and Z. So I'm going to scale it down so that it taper. There we go. Now, can you see it looks taper now? And then you just go to multi-cut again and cut those 2 lines back. Let me press 3 first. It's too round. So I'm going to cut from the inside and the outside. So multi-cut 2, control. Here we go. And the other one. Now when I press 3, it's sharp again. So we are ready. Let me save one more time. Press Q to switch to selection tool. Make sure you turn on a poly count. It's really important to see poly count so that you know how many components you selected. when we do modeling, we are not turn on poly count just to look at the numbers of your resolution. We use it for identifying component selection, how many of them, and what it is you're selecting. Okay, so now you could turn on a symmetry if you like. In the reference, they are not. When they build, it's symmetrical, but when they add gasket or some other things, when it turn, can you see they are turned into different position because it can be unscrewed at both sides and the front side also. But there are 3 of them, not 4, 3 of them. So I want you to make 3 of them on each 3 section. So they are not 4, there's 3. You just have to figure it out the amount of the space. It doesn't have to be precise. So the first one you can start off with, the easy to start is on the straight line. If it's not straight line, it's harder. So I'm going to show you how to do straight line. So like this, straight line and the angle. Okay, so straight line first. Now we need to make decision. How do we want it to show? Left, top, or bottom? I'm going to go to right here. So what we need is, based on the picture, at the beginning, from near to the near the inside are kind of smaller, right? A little shorter and then longer, taller. It's just because of the shape of this bar is already diagonal, like a little taper. So that's why we see that effect. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut. You can hold shift so that, let's do 10%. Here we go. Cut like this first, 10%. Up. Make sure you might have to change the angle. And this one will stop right there. That's it. It's not even go to the edge. See, doesn't really go to the edge. Just stop there. So luckily we have this line. Now, you can prep by, let's say, I'm going to press enter to execute it. Here we go. So let's pretend that these are too close. You can still double click on this loop and use slide edge to do not. This case, the reason that we need to use slide edge too, because of this. We want it to move perpendicular to the normal face, the face normal. So it's angle. If you use move tool, you will get this continuity like this. Can you see? That's not what we wanted. Can you see? So don't use regular move. I can undo. Use slide edge tool. With middle mouse, slide. Oop. Come on. Oh. I think I choose something else. Slide edge. Here we go. Now, can you see? It moves in on the direction of the normal face. Can you see? It doesn't cut the line, it just slide it. So let's pretend I'm going to slide a little bit. Now, if the sliding with middle mouse are too quick, do you guys remember this button? Cycling it, this is super fast, slow. Can you see that? Little tiny. So now it will slide slower. Oh. I have another problem. Let me undo. Here we go. So now slower.
Did you just add that edge loop too?
No, it's already there.
Oh, it was already there.
So you just double click because I just want to show you if they are too close to the edge. You wanted to slide it a little bit. So you have to use slide tool and slide. Okay. So I think mine is perfect. So I'm not going to move. So now when we do this way, I got the shape already. Can you see? So I can extrude this. Don't do it yet, okay? Don't extrude it yet. I just want to show it here. So now we have this space to extrude, right? Don't do it, okay? Just want to show. This is why we wanted to cut in the area we wanted to have. So undo. Now, we cannot extrude it yet. I mean, you can obviously, but it's not the ideal. You need to stop the loop because right now, this section, this face become 5 corner. We can't have 5 corner. So I'm gonna cut, and then now you might have a question like, so how do we decide? Should we cut all the way or should we stop somewhere? So if we cut all the way, if you remember I did it before, it will create a discontinuity on this corner. We want it to look smooth when we press 3 like this. So we have to stop somewhere. But stop in the area that are not or less visible. So this is how I'm gonna stop it, like this. Now press 3 to see how it looks. So it's not that bad at all. Press 1 back. So we prepare the surface. You will do this all the way 3 times on each side, this technique. Now you can go ahead, extrude it. So extrude face, and you just move perpendicular to the face normal direction, which is z-axis. Here we go. Now you need to make a little adjustment right here. You might need to press F. F is frame selection. Oh. I have, hey guys, I do frame selection and it's go like this way because I have the other side. I turn on a symmetry. So in this case, I have to do eyeballing it. Okay, so now, not eyeballing, manually, here we go. Now we need to make adjustment. So edges, right? This section of the edge will go really low. So turn on move to. And luckily, these are perpendicular to the camera. So you will have a little less problem. But when we do the second one, will be a little bit problem. I move only Z direction. Move it down. Here we go. Like this. So basically, I want to mimic this. Can you see? A little shorter, almost triangle look. So, but I am not going to remove the surface. Now I'm going to move the other one. Here we go. So now a little taper now. And let me do even more. Oh, I can't do more because of my shape. I have a less angle. Okay. So I just move a little bit. I mean, I could try this, grab that and move a little taller just to fake it out a little bit. And press 3, see how it looks? Now, this is good. Okay. We're going to have to stop continuity, that's all. So press 1 back. Here we go. And I could see little things here. Let me look at the side view. Can you see? It look like this. Here we go. So it's not that bad. Let me go to object mode. I want to press 3 and see how it looks. Okay. I could see that mine is a little too thin. Can you see that with the shape here? When I zoom in, it's become too thin. We got to fix that. Here we go. Now to fix this, it's not difficult. You can select this face and that face. And then, oh, it's a little off here. Can you see a little twisted? Let me move this up a little bit. Here we go. And I might have to. It's just because they are not parallel to the word space. So I might have to tilt a little bit. Okay. Nope, I'm gonna let go. So now we can move this, but if we move it, do you guys remember what's gonna happen? It's gonna create an angle, doesn't slide it here. So what we can do is we can use a edge and slide one set of the edge and slide. Here we go. Come on. Oh, hey guys, now I have a problem with slide because let me try select it again one more time. Slide. Yep. It's a little trick. So it's really hard to slide. So what we can do is we can move vertices. Select the vertices. A little. Oh, sorry, I know now. Hey guys, select the edge again. We're gonna move what, but we're gonna use this technique. Can you turn on move to, or just look at me quick? If I hold W key, left mouse button click and hold, I can choose axis, custom, set to edges, and I can set to this direction. Now I can slide perpendicular to that edge. So it means that normal. There we go. And then I can continue to use that. Select, hold W key because W is a marking menu of move to, and left mouse button, choose custom, exit custom, set to edges, and select this edge. Now we'll follow that direction and just eyeballing it. Eyeballing. Here we go. I want that line to be straight. Here we go. So now it's a little thicker. I press 3. Here we go.
Did you set it to the object or to the edge?
The edge.
The edge.
So it's like this. Let me look at my screen again. You hold W key, left mouse click and hold, choose axis, custom, set to face. So now I'll give you 1 minute. Now we're gonna create a stop continuity, and actually I don't like this angle at all. Can you see? I want it to be a little perpendicular too, so I can move this edge also. One moment, I'm getting too picky. Here we go. Custom edge. I'm gonna click, move along this edge, so I can shift a little. Here we go. Oh, that's much better. I could move this a little bit. Hold W, left mouse click, axis, custom, set to edges. That one, and then slide it a bit. Yes. So now it's really nice angle. Okay, so now time to stop continuity. We do the same. Multi-cut 2, and cut this loop first, really close. Press 3, here we go. Press 1 back, and then we're gonna cut right here. And press 3. Now, can you see it started to be sharp? Now we got to stop on the tip. On the tip though, this is a little tricky right here. We don't want to cut all the way down, right? So what we can do is, because it's such a small amount, small space, you could, let me zoom in, cut like this. Stop there, one here, one over there. You might need to hold shift and let it snap. If it doesn't do snap, eyeballing is fine. I'm gonna just eyeballing it. I'm getting lazy to go changing the setting. Here we go. So all the way. You might need to press F quick to change the focus. F is a frame selection because right now we have a symmetrical on. That's why it's a little weird. It's so hard, but here we go. Take your time. Okay, I don't want to get off these two yet, so I'm gonna keep doing this. Here we go. And I think I stopped right there. Here we go. Okay, let's try. 3. Here we go. And it doesn't look that bad, even though triangle. Now, this might be a problem. Can you see? It's penetrated inside there. We might have to cut all the way. So, what I mean all the way is all the way down here. So, we'll see. Let's try this inside. Now, this front face, I don't want you to cut. I want you to do extrude instead. Because so that it keep contain, extrude and then offset. Let's do 0.1. 0.1 is too much. 0.01. Too much. 0.01. Can you see? It's overlap the other line. So we have to do 0.005. That's better. So it's just like scale, but these are more uniform than scale. And then I'm going to press 3. Now I got a problem. The problem that I was mentioned earlier. Can you see right there? So let's go back and fix this. So it means this line we cannot have. That line. Because it's 4 corner there, 3 corner there, that create it penetrate in. So delete that line. Press 3. Still. So if still does that, we need to cut even further. So right here, we need to add. Cut from here, go all the way, and then we're going to have triangle that's a little longer. We have no choice. So I'm going to cut like this. See if this is fixed. Delete, press 3. Not too bad. So I think we can live with this. Can you see? It doesn't look like it's concave in. So this is okay. Now let me look at on the reference. The reference is a little more less sharp. So it means, let me press back to 1. These are too close. Like that, too close. So let me scale. Basically, you have to move the line, not too close. So in this case, let me think quick. We might want to get rid of this instead. Well, yeah. It's just too close, so press 3 again. Here we go. Now it's too round on the top. On the top, we will have to do extrude instead, guys. Can't cut. So offset 0.01. Let's try 0.01. How about 0.05? Here we go. Let's press 3. Oop, oop. Okay. A little better. Not too sharp. Can you see? So we got 2 sides. Okay. And then on the back side, we probably need to stop continuity also. On the other side. Right here on the edge. Here we go. Hey guys, if this is too difficult, like to rotate it, you might have to do this. If I turn off symmetry. Oh, I already did turn off by accident. That's weird. Okay. I can press F. Can you see when I select? Let me zoom out. When I select the surface, if I press F, it's frame selected, but change the camera pivot. So now I can pivot only on that spot. So what you could do though, you could do like this. Let me just select only this side, press F, and now it's going to pivot only that spot. And then I can go back and turn on symmetry. Here we go. And don't press F. If you press F, it's going to try to frame selection on left and right. So now, let me see what I need to do. Press 3. See, it's kind of, I think we can let it go. It's just a little rounder. I mean, if we need to make it sharper, so it means we need to have a line from here to there, which is going to be too hard. So I'm going to let go on this one. Okay. So you will have to do these 2 more. Oh, wait. I'm going to have to help you to do another one, right? The one that's slightly different angle. So if I pick this one, this probably going to be the second one. And then the third one will be right here, because it's 3 corner. So just kind of eyeballing it. Yes.
You had symmetry on this whole time? You don't go.
Yeah. I mean, you could do one at a time. It's going to be slightly different size, but it's okay. So, but I am turned on symmetrical. Can you see? So, and all right. So last one. This one. Okay. I mean, when it's slightly different angle, basically you have to use that W left mouse click, access, custom, and set to face or edge, and move them. That's all. So now let's cut this together. So multi-cut tool again, and this time let's go back and look at this. How do we cut them? So we move this a little further. Okay. And these are not a border. It's just too many lines in there. So now this way I would cut down to here, so that the triangle go a little further. We get a little nice smoother here, and then cut one. There we go. Let me make it a little bigger. You can backspace if you cut in the wrong way, wrong position. Okay. And all right. Here we go. So after you cut, you select only 1 and 2 faces. Let's take a look at it first, if it's big enough. It seems like it's not big enough. I'm gonna slide a little bit. Right there. Well, I might have to rework this one. It's too narrow, can you see? And it's too hard to try to go back and fix it. So make sure it's similar to the size, the width on the reference. Similar. Okay. So select one. Now, I need to change these vertices. I'm going to delete these edges first and recut it. Multi-cut tool, because easier. Can you see? Because I could get a little better uniform. All right. 1 and 2. Now extrude. Move up. Oop. Not scale. There we go. And then lower down the base. There we go. Now on the base, Turn on move to, can you see it use workspace? We need to hold W key, left mouse click, choose axis, custom axis, and set to edges. And I'm gonna click this edge. Here we go. Now I can push it, slide slightly a little bit angle, because this one not easy as that one. That one is like perpendicular to the side. This one is kind of 45 degree, so you have to move a lot. Okay, move more than one axis. This one has to do the same. W shift click, axis, custom, set to edge. Here we go. Slide it. I think this one, because it's quicker, because I extrude a little taller. Here we go. And I do both sides at once. Did I? Yes. Here we go. So this side is happening too. So now I'm gonna start it to stop continuity. Multi-cut. Because we already know I can do one loop inside here and second loop there. Okay. And now this corner, this time I'm gonna just extrude it. Let's cut, offset it, 0.01. How about 0.05? Oh, no. 0.005. Go. 0.01, 0.015. Here we go. I just don't want it to overlap this guy. Here we go. Press 3. I'm gonna just call it. It's done. Actually, let me look at right here. I think this line might have to go all the way right there. Let's see. It's just because it's erupting the flow. Oops. Okay. All right. That's it for today. I think it's a little too much already. And next section we will do this side, and then we do the S. And I think this week I should be done a lecturing. So from next week will be work section. Okay, delete history, Alt Shift D, and let's call it. There we go. So definitely, guys, fix this one. You might have. Oh, what about you want to start it over? Let's pretend we want to start it. Oh, let's see. So I'm gonna delete this. How do you delete this? Okay, it has a little trick that you have to deal with. First, you delete the edge or the area that really simple. Here we go, like that. Now I'm gonna select. I turn on symmetry, so we'll delete both. Inside, delete. Like taking a little bit of time to select them. So this is whole loop. Delete. Here we go. And this one can be deleted. Okay. So now just only that. Here we go. Oh, no, not yet. Don't rush to delete, because when you rush to delete, the problem is you may have an irregular surface left behind, and then it will be hard to fix them. Here we go. Can you see? Now, that section and this section has to go away. So now it left this. we need to connect that line first. So connect up. Oh, hold on. One more line. Need to flat everything out. Here we go. Can you see? Look like this. Now you don't want to delete this line right away. You want it to cut, reconnect that line. And then now I can double click this line and delete. So now I got them back. When I press 3, it's no change than the original. And I can start it over. Actually, it's good that I make a mistake with that smaller size, so now you know how to go back and remove them. So I think that's good. Delete history, save. All right, I'm gonna stop the record and I'm gonna check roll. So you will have 2 videos on here.